all of you are doing fine. Today I'm going to make a very lovely dish. It's actually a dessert. It's called Panna Cotta. Tomorrow is my son's 5th birthday, so I want to make it in the shape of a little cake because it's easy to go get cake. It's easy to bake a cake, but I want to make a Panna Cotta that looks like a cake, and that's what I want him to cut on his 5th birthday. So it's like a Panna Cotta birthday cake sort of a thing because I like variety. I'm not sticking to the routine, sponge cake, mud cake, etc., etc. I'm going to make his birthday cake is going to be a Panna Cotta cake. So how that's going to turn out. So this is my first ever trial in making a Panna Cotta. So if it doesn't come right and if it's going to be a flop, I'll have to go to the shops and obviously buy a cake for him, which he will cut. So that's my backup plan B. But hopefully, as always, things will go right. Actually, not as always. I did have one floppy recipe that I made ages ago, but let's not get into it. But hopefully everything will go fine. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more lovely dishes and recipes. And apart from this, stay tuned, watch and enjoy. I'm not bragging this talk, but yeah, wish me the best, and hopefully this dish and dessert, I should say, will come out well. Take care, bye. In order to make the Panna Cotta, here I've got 1 cup of thickened cream that I'm going to place into this bowl. Pray that it's good. There you everyone, look at this, so lovely. Love this sight. And next into the bowl, I'm going to add in 1 cup of milk. So this is the full cream milk. In goes the milk. And I'm going to add in half a cup of sugar and half tablespoon of vanilla essence. You can even use the vanilla bean. So I'm just using the vanilla essence. Give it all a good mix together. And then check for taste and make sure you're happy with everything. So you should get that nice, lovely, rich flavor of the vanilla essence. The next important thing to taste is the sweetness. If you're happy with how sweet it is, if not, add a little bit more sugar. And once you're happy with everything, let's transfer this into a deep bottom pan and heat it up. If you prefer, the easier way is you don't even need to add it into this bowl first. Just add it all straight into a deep bottom pan and then bring it to boil. This is the first time I'm attempting on this Panna Cotta dessert. Normally I just buy it from the supermarket because it's easy, but then when you cook it at home, you can give it your own flavors. You can increase the intensity of the flavors that you like, even the sweetness and everything. You can adjust to your own personal preference. So that's one good thing about cooking and making dishes at home, including desserts. There's no need to transfer it first, place it into a bowl like I did. Just straight away put it into a deep bottom pan, this whole mixture, and then just wait for it to come to a boil. So that's going to be the easiest way, because this step that I did is a complete waste. I don't even know why I did it, but that's why I call my YouTube channel the homemade cooking, because it's at home. I'm not a professional chef, just this is one of my passions and hobby, and this is what I like doing at home. So it's a trial and error. I'm a human being like all of you, and we make mistakes, and that's how we learn, don't we? Here I learned from my mistake. Next time I make Panna Cotta, this whole thing will be straight in this deep bottom pan. I wouldn't bother about this bowl. And here it is, everyone. So it's come to a boil. Going to take it off the heat quickly, and then we're going to set it aside for about 10 minutes. Let it cool down a little bit. I kept the Panna Cotta, that cream and milk liquid set aside to cool down. So this is the star of the show. Without this, it's not going to set. So this is gelatin powder. It's a very important ingredient for this dish, or I should say for setting this dish. Let's take about 2 teaspoons of gelatin powder and place it into a bowl. Actually, I'm taking 2.5 just to make sure it sets, because I'm making it for my son's 5th birthday. So I don't want any mistakes. I really want it to set. In normal cases, 2 teaspoons would be enough. But because I'm just a little bit extra overwhelmed with everything, because I want this to be perfect and right, I just put in 2.5 teaspoons. No harm. You can see here, this is a mixture that we left to cool down a little bit. Good mix. I love the taste of this mixture. To this gelatin, I added a little bit of boiling water. So it has to be very nice boiling water that you add into this. Give it a good mix until this gelatin powder melts nicely. Once the water cools down and you still see lumps like this and the gelatin is not absorbing and melting into the water, Add a little bit more boiling water into this until it's all nicely melted up and there are no more lumps of gelatin left. Added in a little bit more boiling water into it and our gelatin is almost completely melted, so there's only just one little lump. So keep adding in boiling water until all the lumps dissolve and melt away nicely. Once all the lumps are nicely dissolved, see the gelatin has dissolved in the water, we can add it in with this milk and cream mixture. Give it a good mix. So the mixture shouldn't be completely cool. While I set it aside, I made the gelatin and it's still warm, so it has to be a little bit warm so everything combines together nicely. There we are. Make sure that the cream mixture is still nice and warm, and then put the gelatin into it. If not, you can even just feel free to heat it up a bit. That's what I'm doing right now because I can still see the gelatin bits on top, see? So just heating it up a little bit, not to boiling point or anything like that, just heating it up a little bit on low to medium heat until everything melts into this mixture nicely, and then bring it back to room temperature by cooling it. Just turned off the heat before it came to a boil, so most of the gelatin lumps have gone away from it. So we got a very good mixture. Next, you can take the mold you're going to use in order to place the panna cotta mixture into. Spray it with some oil, so some oil spray. Take our lovely mixture, just give it a good mix around. You don't want it to set right now. Don't want the gelatin to set before we place it off into the fridge. So once it's heated up, it becomes more of a liquidy in texture again. So don't bring it to a boil, just heat it up until you just get it into a very nice clear mixture without any lumps, and then we can place it off into our oil greased mold. Waiting for it to cool down to room temperature and then placing it off into the fridge to set. Obviously it hasn't filled up the whole mold, you can see, so the cake will be of that sort of a thickness, so not too thick. It's nicely cooled down to room temperature. Placed a cling wrap on top, and now I'm going to place it off into the fridge to chill and set. Hi everyone, so today is the next day, which is officially 24th of May. It's evening time here. Just picked my son up from school, so he had a very good time at school. Sent a very big cake, a rainbow cake, along with his 5-year-old number 5 candle, and a lot of lollies and chocolates and everything to share at school. So apparently the teacher had emailed me saying that he had a very lovely day at school, celebrated it, had a good time, etc, etc. So now he's home, and so he's cut the proper cake at school, and over here it's time to cut the homemade panna cotta cake that I've made. So it's let's hope it turned out well, and it's time to take it out of the fridge as it was left overnight in the fridge to set. Just everyone, just taking it out of the fridge, and you can see that it's nicely set. See, nicely set. Taking the cling wrap off. Time to plate it. Try to release the edges using a knife.
And I'll give you the full way.
So just taking it all the way around. And once that's done all around, we can tip it off onto a plate. Nicely tipped it onto a plate, and it's looking nice and lovely, and it's going to be tasty. So next is to decorate it on top. In order to do that, here I've got some grapes that I'm going to cut up. Look at it, it's looking nice and lovely, and being my son's birthday, I'm going to add in 5 candles because he turns 5 years old today. 5 candles have been placed onto our lovely panna cotta cake. So yeah, ready to rock and roll. Did a bit more fancy decorating with the grapes on the panna cotta cake, so it looks nice and full and decorated. It's looking so nice and lovely. It's going to be delicious. I did put a bit of extra gelatin, if you remember in the video. So you don't need that extra gelatin, to be honest, because this is a little bit what do I say, a little bit more rubbery to me and more jelly like. whereas panna cotta is meant to be a bit more creamy and less jelly-like, but it still has to be set. So I did put that extra jelly, so you can reduce a bit of gelatin powder that you add into it. So you don't need that much, so you don't need it to be that stiff. So that's the only tip to keep in mind. I didn't want to take any risk. I wanted it to really set today, and that's the reason I added that extra bit of gelatin. Apart from that, it's all good, tastes yummy. And apart from that, here it is, everyone. Our lovely panna cotta cake is ready. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more lovely videos and recipes. Enjoy, take care, bye. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. So stay tuned for more lovely videos by subscribing to my YouTube channel, and until next time, take care, bye.